Hello, my friends. I hope that everyone is feeling healthy and connected today. So, today's video is just a little bit of me sharing where I'm at right now. I haven't made a video in a few months. I haven't really been in the space to, but lately I have been going through a lot of emotions, and I just wanted to talk about something that has been heavy on my mind. And first I'll say that I kind of feel like I am on a roller coaster ride right now. I'm trying to surrender to the universe and to what is out there for me. I feel like I'm already strapped in and the ride's already started and there's no getting out now. But right now I feel like the person sitting next to me, what I wish it could be, which is like someone holding my hand and just reassuring that it'll be over soon and just riding those highs and lows together. Instead, I feel like the person sitting next to me is just vomiting all over me and screaming in my face and is terrified, and it's making this ride a little bit hard right now. So I wanted to talk about being alone. There's this idea, especially during COVID, that a lot of us have, that we're just alone. We're alone in all of this. We're alone in the things that we are creating and the things that we are doing. And sometimes it's a matter of pride or arrogance to say, I did this by myself, and to deny all of the hands and all of the layers that go into every single thing, I think is really sad. And I know that depression and anxiety and things like that can really make it hard to see a bigger perspective. But honestly, if we choose to look at it from another point of view, we're never alone. We're not alone in this. And yes, we might be alone in some of our own spiritual journeys. We have to do some work by ourselves, and there's no one's going to understand what's really in our minds and in our souls and what we're going through. But in our daily life, we have so much support. And society kind of makes itself go crazy. We create this system that functions with the hands of many, and then we are falling into this trap where we're told we need to be alone, we need to work on ourselves alone, we need to have an apartment alone, we need to be separated from everyone and everything. And I think that that's really harsh, and I think that we can look at it from another point of view. Everything that we experience, unless you're one of very few people who go off into the woods and do not interact with anyone else and make your own clothes and gather your own food, and even in that idea, we have, in my belief, we have ancestors and guides that are with us all of the time, that are in nature. There's different beings in nature, and even the elements, the air that we breathe, and the water, and the fire, and the earth, that is all, in one sense, outside of ourselves, that is making this system function. But it's also a part of ourselves. We are one in a greater thing. So there's the duality, that I understand, of being alone versus being unified. But for normal people who are living in the world, the houses that we live in are usually built by other people, or at least other people have helped build it. The electricians, the plumbers, the water filtration plants, the sewage plants, everything that keeps everything working and gives you running water and gives you flushable toilets. And then there are the grocery stores where we can buy the food and all the farmers who grew that food and all the people that transport that food and give you access to that food, and the restaurants and all the people that work there and all the people that make your food. We're never alone. Those things create our life. We wouldn't be able to survive without the hands of others, without the work of others. You know, I'm really grateful for every layer, for every piece, for everything, for the new sense of faith and connectedness that I have come to find as I get older. And I'm actually really grateful to be getting older, because I realize in moments where I'm going through a lot of emotional turmoil that I don't react as dramatically as when I was younger, and things don't devastate me as much. You know, I can still keep going, and I don't go as far down in that well. And if you are someone who still is really deep in a well, I pray that you find liberation from that suffering, and that you find connectedness, and that you might be able to have gratitude for all of the small things, you know, and even as far as the food that we eat that sustains us and the water that we drink, all of that has many layers to it. The insects and the worms and the fungus that compost and give nutrients, and the trees that give shade and give oxygen. You know, we have so much outside of ourselves, and we're not alone in this. So the feeling of being alone has led to a lot of issues within society, homelessness and drug use. And, you know, there's been studies done about that, and people who don't feel connection and they don't feel supported and they don't feel like they have anyone that they can talk to, you know, often seek out other means of getting those releases, the oxytocin and the serotonin and the dopamine in our bodies. And for that experience, for those times in our life, I think that it's important that we that we keep moving forward and really try to stay open and reach out for people that allow us to feel supported and connected. And I know that it's really hard, and I know that sometimes we can't find that, and sometimes we do reach out and other people deny us or act really awful, and sometimes, you know, other people don't realize the extent of their own words and their actions, and it's really unfortunate. But it's definitely an opportunity for us to work really hard and stay open, because things do change. Things can change, and I'm here if anyone needs someone to talk to. You know, I can't fill that void of emptiness or feeling alone, but I can just support you and allow you to go through these emotions until they pass. I think that depression and sadness and isolation and hopelessness do have a lot to teach us. They are influenced by Saturn a lot of times, and that is a teacher, and that is offering wisdom. And it's not something that we need to fear or spiral out in necessarily. We can ask what it's there for and learn from it, and learn from each other, and learn from the things that we observe in other people, and also be mindful about how we respond to other people and how we treat them. And when you see someone alone on a sidewalk, a homeless person, or you see someone crying, you know, just because you don't know them doesn't mean that you're not connected, that you're not there in that moment. So you can be a shoulder to cry on, or just a person to be in presence with while someone is going on their own journey. I am currently on a journey. I'm at a point in my life where I want to connect with others, and I want to work with others, and I want to be in community, and where we all can share our gifts and we can all be supported and support each other, because we don't need to be alone. There's nothing in this. And for a long time, I had a very hard-headed perspective, I'm alone and I can do this by myself, and I can do a lot of things by myself, but not everything, I don't know how to build certain things. Not yet. And even then, when I learn those skills, I want to share those with other people. I don't want it to just be like, oh, this is me and this is something to do by myself. This past year has really been a lesson in that, in trying to release that perspective that I'm just going to do everything by myself for the rest of my life, and no one's going to come in and affect me. We affect each other as human beings. We have effects on each other, and I'm grateful for the beautiful people that have come into my life and taught me lessons, and the ones that have taught me really hard lessons and have helped me to break my old cycles and my old habits. The people that have helped me reflect on my own self and get myself back in check and realize, I don't want to get older and close my heart off to other people. I don't want to get older and be so stuck in my ego or my pride that I deny the community that already exists, that I deny the connection that is already there. And I want to keep my heart open. I want to keep growing and keep learning and keep loving other people, and also to set healthier boundaries for myself so that I can be stronger and I can continue to help others and I can continue to work with others. So that's just something that's been on my mind. It's very sad to me to think of people feeling alone in all of this, and I'm here, and I'm grateful for all the people recently who have been there to talk with me about my own experiences and listen and support me. This isn't something that I experienced when I was younger, and I'm grateful for the chance to experience something different, because we are not stuck in the past. We are not stuck experiencing the same thing over and over and over again for the rest of our lives. We have the opportunity each day to choose to connect, to choose how we treat others, to choose to open up instead of pushing each other away. And I think that we're all getting there, we're all working on it, and it's a beautiful thing. So thank you very much for listening to me today. I'm grateful for each of you, and hopefully I can shift into making a few more videos, a little bit more on the scientific side about our biology and our hormones and the endocrine system and everything like that, so that we can tie in these two sides of ourselves, this emotional side and this also intellectual side, and find the middle path. So thank y'all. Bye.